Hey everybody, this is Eno and welcome to the Dynamic Prepper. Well, today I'm going to be taking a look at the OUTXE Rugged Power Bank 10,000 milliamp Savage Solar Charger. This is a great little power bank from OUTXE. Of course, they make a bunch of really great power banks at OUTXE that I've been reviewing for a while now. We'll go ahead and take a look at this one. We'll open up the box, take a look at all the features. I'm also going to be comparing it to the previous iteration of this power bank, and we'll see some of the differences and some of the upgrades that OUTXE has been able to make for the newer model, and I'll also tell you where you can get it if you're interested in one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So as I said, it is a 10,000 milliamp power bank, and it does contain a solar panel that we can charge this from. And of course, you can also charge it conventionally from a USB cable with grid power if you wish. So let's go ahead and open this up. And there it is. Comes in a rugged case, as you see here, all made up of nice hard plastic with some rubber protection pads there on the corners to help in case you protect it in case you drop it. So there is our solar panel right there. This has a Ip67 rating. So this is, in other words, waterproof, dustproof, shockproof, non-slip, skid resistant, all the things you want from a durable power bank. And again, this is a 10,000 milliamp. We got a little flashlight there, a little lanyard there. That is our charging ports, inputs and outputs right there up top with a nice little waterproof cover over it. That works really well. This is our battery indicator there and our power switch. We'll take a deeper look at that in just a second. Also in here, we have a little card. Then we also have a small carabiner for attaching it to a bag or something like that. And then if we lift this up, we have two things down here, including our USB cable for charging it conventionally, and also the owner's manual. There we go. So that is everything that comes with this guy. So let's go ahead and get rid of the box. So as I said, it's 10,000 milliamp. This is a lithium polymer rechargeable battery. It's got a couple of inputs and outputs up top. I'll show those to you real quick. There you go. So we have one input in the middle. That is a 5-volt 2A input. And then we have two outputs. Both of those are 5V 3A outputs. And it also has this nice cover here, rubberized cover with a good seal on it to seal that up and keep it protected from water and dust, the elements, everything else. Also comes with a solar charging panel, a photovoltaic panel that is a 1.8 watt charging panel on there. The dimensions on this guy are approximately 6 inches by 3 3/4 inches and just a shade under an inch wide. The spec weight on this is 328 for grams. Let's go ahead and check that. We'll see how accurate that is. Let's get our little scale out here. We'll move that over to grams. There we go. Let's put that on there. So we're 304. Again, our spec weight was 328, so we're actually under spec. That might include some of the accessories that come with it, but we certainly are under spec. Just check the tear. Yeah, we're good. So there you go, 304. We're running a little light. So nothing wrong with that. All right, so these chargers are really, really good and specifically designed for camping, hiking, backpacking, things like that. Dependable for all conditions. Very, very durable. Like I said, waterproof, dustproof, shockproof, all of that. Very durable systems. And of course, they lend themselves very well to EDC, bug out bags, keeping those electronics all charged up. This is a 10,000 milliamp battery, so that is going to give you approximately 3.5 charges on an iPhone 8 and about 2 charges on a Samsung Galaxy S8. I actually have a Galaxy S7, and I can get about 2 3/4 charges out of a 10,000 milliamp battery. The one thing I will say about these OUTXE power banks is that they are extremely durable. We have reviewed a couple of these in the past, including the original rugged power bank. That's the one that doesn't have the solar panel. And of course, we also reviewed last year the previous iteration of the rechargeable power bank. And of course, this one, I've used them all. I still to this day carry the original rugged power bank in my EDC bag. I use it all the time. I've used it for over a year and a half every day in my EDC bag. I've gotten tons of cycles out of the battery. It's still going good, still going strong, really rugged. I've dropped it, I've dumped it, it's gotten rained on, all sorts of different stuff. I've taken it backpacking and camping with me, fishing, everything else. Any time I want to carry power with me to keep my electronics and my cell phone going, I depend on an OUTXE power bank. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and turn this guy on. So to turn it on, you just press the button there. So this little red light that you see there, that is indicating that the solar panel is picking up a light source. So that means that there's potentially a light source there that is providing a charge. So the three green lights that you see there indicate the battery indicator. So the charge level, as you can see, this one is half full. All 6 of these will light up when the green when the battery is fully charged. So you can see right now we're carrying about a half a charge in there. To turn it off, you just hold the button down for a second, and it will go ahead and shut itself off. So to access the flashlight, you just double click on the power button, and the flashlight will turn on. It has a high mode, a low mode, and an SOS mode. So there you go. And if we double click that, it'll turn it off. And then again, we can hold the power button down for a second, and it will go ahead and shut off the battery. So those are all the functions that you can see: the battery indicator, how the power button works, and how the flashlight works. This power bank also features multi-circuit protection, which prevents short circuits, overheating, over discharging, and overcharging. So obviously the best way to use this power bank is to rely on it like you would a traditional power bank. You use your USB cable on a wall wart or in a computer. You charge it up traditionally from grid power and use that and cycle through the battery as normal. That is the way the manufacturer recommends to be your primary recharge source, using that power cable and using this as a traditional power bank holding extra power for your electronic devices and things like that. The nice thing about this is we do have this solar panel as a backup system in case we don't have access to power. We can recharge this battery. And that is the big upgrade to this power bank versus the previous model. And I'm going to bring that guy out here. This one is a 16,000 milliamp battery, so it's a little bit bigger than the new one at 10,000. But as you can see, the photovoltaic panel on the previous model is much, much smaller. And it also is rated at a lower wattage. So you have a lower wattage panel on a bigger battery. So what that means is that this panel takes a lot longer to charge this guy up, okay? It also has a 4 light indicator, battery level indicator. The green light there just means that we're picking up a charge. So if I were to turn this on, you can see this one's fully charged at 4 bars. I like the new one better with the 6 levels because you can get a much more accurate depiction of what your actual battery level is with the 6 light system versus the 4 light system. Turn on the flashlight here. The flashlight functions the same. Double click. We have a 4 LED flashlight on the back. I do like the new one better too. This one's a good flashlight, but you kind of have to hold it like that, like you do a phone. You know, you kind of got to do that kind of thing with it. It doesn't have a high and low mode. It just has an on. And then if I press it again, it has an SOS mode. So those are the only 2 modes. So we have a 3rd mode with this one, the high and low. So I'll go ahead and turn the flashlight off. There we go. And I do like the fact that on the new one, so you can use that much more like a traditional flashlight in that way. So I kind of like, this just works better for me, I think anyway. The other nice thing I like about this one is it does have a little lanyard on it. This works better for me. The previous model just had this cutout in it, and then you actually got the same carabiner that came with this one. So that would be this guy here, to kind of hook into the side there, to kind of hook into that little opening there, and then you could hang it from your bag or whatnot. This system just didn't work as well for me. It took up a lot of space. I always thought that space could be put to much better use than just a big hole. So I actually like the new design better. Nice little integrated lanyard, and you can hook on your carabiner to that and hang it. And then also this is just a standard lanyard pin right there. So you can, if this would just ever break or anything like that, or if you just wanted to upgrade it for the heck of it, you could thread some 550 paracord or something else in there if you wanted to, maybe something a little bit more durable. So of course, getting back to talking about the solar charging options on these, that's really a big difference between those. With this smaller and weaker solar panel on this one, of course, again, charging a larger battery, the recharge time from dead battery to fully charged with the panel was around 100 hours on this one. So obviously that's a long time. It's not undoable, but it certainly is a long time. You got to leave this one out in the sun for a pretty significant period of time. And of course, that's 100 hours of optimal light conditions to recharge the battery. Obviously, you're not going to get 100 hours of optimal light conditions all at once in a row. So you're literally talking about a good number of days, almost a week or more, to be able to recharge this particular one, the previous model, all the way up to a full charge. With the new version, we have a larger panel at a higher wattage, and then also we're charging a smaller battery. So we're charging a 10,000 milliamp instead of a 16,000 milliamp battery. So as a result, our recharge time on this has been cut down to about a third. This one will fully charge from dead to fully charged in 35 hours. And again, that is ideal, consistent light conditions. So we can actually get a good charge on that in a much, much quicker time period. Still, it's a little long. You know, this is not some big photovoltaic panel that we can really ramp a good charge in there. It's going to take some time, but certainly much more doable. The one thing you don't want to do with these, though, is to leave them on the dashboard of your car. That is just way too hot. That direct sunlight like that and baking in your car in the summer, you really kind of want to avoid doing that. That just gets too hot like that, and you could wind up actually damaging the battery with the overheating like that, rather than getting a good charge on it. So overall, I think the new rugged power bank, Savage Solar Charger, 10,000 milliamp. I think this is a great upgrade from the previous model. Even though it's a little bit smaller of a battery, I think 10,000 milliamp is plenty of battery power to carry with you. It's a good size, very versatile, can charge a lot of different things with it. You can charge multiple items at once too, so you can actually charge like 2 different devices at the same time with this. Obviously, you'd have to provide a second cable for that, but it works really well. I think the flashlight is just a better flashlight, few more functions. The drastically reduced recharge time off the solar panel is nice. All around, I think this is a good upgrade from the previous model year. Not that this was a bad option, but certainly I think it's been outpaced a little bit by its younger brother here. Now we get on to the cost of this thing, and this is one of the reasons I've actually had this charger sitting around here in the box for a little while now, and decided to go ahead and review it now because the price on this thing right now is at $29.99. That's an awesome price. So that is both off of OUTXE's website. You can get it for that. I'll put a link down below. And also on their Amazon page. You can go out there. I'll put a link down to that below too if you'd prefer to buy it on Amazon. It is only $29.99. That's an awesome price for this guy. It is way below the normal MSRP. The one thing to also note with this guy is this one does have sort of a bigger brother. This also has a 20,000 milliamp solar charging system, and I believe that one right now is going for $60. So if you think the 10,000, this one here is a little bit too small for your power needs, there is one that is twice the capacity. Obviously, with a relatively similar size solar panel on it, I think that one's slightly more wattage. I think that one's 2 watt as opposed to 1.8 watt. But at twice the battery size, the solar recharging of that one is going to be quite long. But if you're into having more power at your disposal, I would highly suggest checking out the 20,000 milliamp version of this guy too. That would definitely be a good option. So there you go, the OUTXE Rugged Power Bank, Savage Solar Charger, 10,000 milliamp from OUTXE. Take it easy, everybody.